Okay, I'm going to walk through some demonstrations of Meridian flip with Onstep. Go ahead and turn on the Alt As grid so that we can see the Meridian line. I'm currently hooked up to a CGE-based PCB that you use for the CGE kits. Currently, well, let's actually go ASCOM. Well, we'll do it over. Currently, I have the default 8-degree plus or minus window configured for this telescope, so this is pretty much just default settings as I would usually sell the CGE um, kit and Onstep computer. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what I mean. Um, so default settings. The Meridian East and Meridian West, there's 8 degrees on either side of it. That's the window. If you were to be tracking a target and you're getting close to Meridian, when you get within Meridian, 8 degrees east or 8 degrees west of Meridian, and you do a salute or do a go-to your target again. So say you're tracking a star, you get into the Meridian window, you do another go-to on that same star. Onstep will say, okay, I'm in the window, and I know I need to switch sides to preferred side, which is how I sent it configured to the east. So what it does is it flips the telescope, so it's on the east side, the weight is on the west side. And then that means the German equatorial can then continue to follow with the weight on the west. Your telescope will then be able to track that object all the way down to horizon on the west. So that's in a nutshell what we're doing here. So that's the settings that we have going on there. I have, oops, I'm disconnected. I've got the telescope connected via Stellarium here with ASCOM. We're connecting over Wi-Fi, just that's how I have it set up. So we will go ahead and the date and time have been set. I'm going to use the hand controller. So with the hand controller, we are going to do an alignment. We'll just do a 1-star align. And we'll pick a star. We'll just go to Arcturus. So this is my mock-up of the telescope. The right section is the RA axis, the left section is declination. You can see weight is being swung over to the west. Telescope is pointing to the west. So if we look at Stellarium also, we'll see, I think we said we're going to Arcturus, so that is where it's going. So you can see weight to the west, telescope also to the west, up high. Okay. So recenter. Oops, I guess I zoomed in on my phone. So we will say alignment success. All right, so we are aligned. So you can see where we are here. Let's go find a star or a target that is close to the window. of flip. So we'll my screen recorder icons are getting in my way. We'll turn on this information so that you can find where that star is. That star is in Draco and Athenbine. So I am going to go to stars, bright stars. I said Draco. So there's the Draco constellation. And we're looking for Athenbine. Draco. Thuban, Raspian, Altus. Where is it? Maybe it goes by a different name. It's what's the Greek? I think it's this one. 2.7. Yes, it is. I don't know what Greek character that is, but it's in. So we will go to this star. So execute. So you'll see the telescope moving. So weight is coming, everything's coming back to NCP because I've got this set up to where the kits that I sell, I always have it come back to NCP, which is Polaris, and then continue on to the other side of Meridian. It's mainly for cable management and just keep things organized. So we've come back to NCP. We've got weight down, and everything is at Polaris. Now it will continue up and go to our target star. So you can see weight is over to the east. And then in Stellarium, we're watching the target. And the gears on these mock-ups that I have here on the floor are not perfect. So the weight I don't think would be really that far. Okay. So now that's where we are with the actual physical. You can see the weight is to the east. The telescope is pointing up towards Meridian. So inside of Stellarium, you can see our alt is at 10 degrees. Sorry, azimuth is at 10 degrees, altitude is 69. And that's also reflected on the smart hand controller. You can see alt 10 degrees, or sorry, alt 69 degrees as 10. And as it's moving closer to the meridian, we'll wait until it gets below, because I do believe it's less than 8, not 8, equal to 8 and less than. I believe it's less than 8. We will do another go to this target star, and we should see the meridian flip done by the telescope. So we'll just sit here and wait and until we get below 8, and we will do our go to again with the hand controller. Okay, as you can see, we've dropped below 8 degrees. Let's see if we can get this to display. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So there's Meridian. And also we have the alt reading 7 degrees 34 minutes. So now on the hand controller, we'll do go to star, bright star, and this is, I couldn't remember if I recorded, I remember talking about looking for the Greek letter, but this was the designation in the constellation Draco for the star that we're on, Athabine. So we will hit slew to target. Now you'll see in Stellarium it going back down, and you'll see here on my model the weight being shifted all the way back down because it's going to flip Meridian. So declination is now centered on NCP. We're waiting for the weight to come back around on RA. So RA is just rotating around the center of the telescope. So the telescope has now come back to the home position at Polaris, and it's going to proceed now to flip over to the other side of Meridian so that the weight is on the west, telescope is on the east, and we'll be able to track this target all the way down to the western horizon now that our weight is on the west. So in Stellarium, we're watching our crosshairs of Onstep loop around and come back to our target that's in Draco. Again, my model here that I 3D printed of a CGE is not super accurate for the gears. I don't think the weight would be going that far. That would be upside down, I think. Yeah, the weight would be sticking all the way up in the air. So I guess I need to work on my gear ratios. So yes, so now if you look at in the Stellarium, we're now back on our target, and we will continue tracking this target all the way down to the western horizon. So that is an example of how Meridian flips work in Onstep, shown with the hand controller just by doing the same go to that target. It works the same with software If you're using ASCOM-based programs, Nina, that kind of thing, as long as you do your go-to on your target to that same star, and you're within that plus or minus 8 degrees, the default setting, or whatever setting you change it to. You don't want it to be too big because some mounts will not be able to actually go, that far. You'll get crashes on your equipment hanging off the back if you start asking your mount to widen that window up too far. Great example. And I hope this clears up things for people on how the Meridian stuff works. I have a document that I've always shared, but a video is always a helpful thing too. So that's it.